Welcome to First World Problem number 98. It's board game night, it's your choice, and you've picked a great game. But the problem is, the game's too big to fit into your pocket. Well then, welcome to Card Games. In this video, I've got for you 8 of the best card games that I've been playing recently. So let's go check them out. Welcome to Scout. Scout is an innovative card game where you're going to be trying to play out sets of the same number or runs of numbers, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're saying, that's not innovative, there's lots of card games that do that. Well, what's brilliant about this game is these cards have numbers at the top and also at the bottom. Now, when you get dealt your hand of cards, you can't change that order. So you're stuck with that order and you're like, oh, I haven't got good numbers next to each other. Well, at the start of each round, you get a choice. You know how to take those numbers at the top, or you can flip it over and take the numbers on the other side. Excellent. We've now got our numbers locked in. We can't change the order and we're stuck on this side. Cool, we are playing out our sets and we're playing out our runs. But what if there's something on the table and we just can't beat it? We don't have anything strong enough in our hand to beat it. Well, the beautiful thing is you can also scout. Scout means you're going to be looking at either the card on the left or the right that's on the table in play that you can add to your collection anywhere in your hand. So I'm going to grab this card on the left here and I'm going to place it now here on the end. So I've now got a 5, 6, 7, 8 run. So next time when it comes back around to me, I've got a really strong hand. What are we trying to do? We're trying to get rid of all of our cards to get maximum points. We're going to play that over multiple rounds. It is such a brilliant, simple game. Scout, so good. Sea, Salt and Paper. It may be a funny name, but this is one of the hottest games of 2024, and let me tell you why. So what you're going to have in front of you is you're going to have a deck of face-down cards, plus also 2 discard piles. On your turn, you can pick up 2 cards from the face-down pile, keep one, put one on a discard pile, or alternatively, you can just pick one of the top from one of the 2 discard piles. That's how you'll be collecting cards. What are we trying to do with our cards? We're trying to score points. Now, each round, you're trying to get to a minimum of 7 points. And once you've got 7 points or more, there's 2 things that can happen. You can yell out, stop. This is the most risk-adverse way of playing because basically what you're doing is then just everyone scoring whatever it is at that point in time. But we can also yell out last chance. Now, this is the risk it for the biscuit moment where you think you have more points than everyone else. You yell out last chance. Now, you stop. Everyone else gets one more turn. Now, at the end of it, if you have the most points at the end of that round, you get all of your scored points plus also a color bonus. The color bonus is just the most of one particular color. So you get all of those points and everyone else around the table just gets the color bonus. If you get it wrong, well, it's bad news, buddy. Everyone else is going to be getting points and you're getting sweet bugger all. Anyway, that is your 2 options. And you'll be playing over multiple rounds to get to a total score number. Look, what have we got on our cards? There's multiple ways of scoring. Set collection is probably going to be our primary way of scoring here. Now, set collection, obviously you want to get more of the same type of card. We've got octopus, we've got penguins, we've got anchors. We've got over here, we've got duo cards. At any time you can play a duo card if you have 2 of the same type. So I have 2 sailboats here. Means I'm going to get an extra turn. Awesome. What if I have 2 crabs? Well, it means I get to grab one of the cards from within the discard pile. So this particular card I want, I can dig deep in that discard pile to get it. Or maybe 2 fish. Just means I get to draw another card from the top of the deck. So many awesome ways to score. I really love this game. It's such a beautiful thing. But there's one last final thing, and this is just really different, really unique. It's never happened to me, but there's also 4 mermaids in this deck. If you manage to get 4 mermaids in your hand, you win the game completely. Not just the round, the entire game. Love the mermaids. Just something a little bit different. Anyway, there we go. Sea, Salt and Paper. It is brilliant. I don't think I did this game justice. It is so good. Just add it to your collection. Now, if you're fancy like me and you want to mingle with the elite, then you will love High Society from Ryan and Knizia. Now, High Society is a bidding game. Now, the beauty in this game is there's a few little twists there that you just won't see coming. So we're trying to bid money. We've got a whole range of money here, and we're going to be bidding that money on these luxury cards. Now, these luxury cards are ranging from 1 through to 9. Excellent. We want the most status points possible. The 9 here, we'd want to be bidding all our money on that, surely. No, there's a few more things you need to think about. What about saving up your money for this ×2 card? That's going to be pretty handy to help you win. But then we have a little wrinkle here, and this little wrinkle is these disgrace cards. Now, these disgrace cards, this one's worth -5, a couple of other ones in there, But what we're doing is a reverse auction here. So we're going to be bidding money and you're thinking, why are you bidding money for a -5 card? Well, the thing is you have to keep bidding because the first person who passes has to take the card. So you're going to be putting money in, you know you're just throwing away money, you're going to lose that money, but you don't want the card and you don't want to be the first person to pass. Just little great things like that make this game so incredible. But there's one last twist. So you've played really well, you spent all of your money, you got some really strong cards, you got lots of status, you're thinking, yes, I'm going to win this game. The last little twist is the person with the least amount of money is cast out. They're poor, and if you're poor, you can't hang out with the elite. So if you bid too much money and you have the most status points, it doesn't matter. You're cast out. They don't care. So it's going to go to the winner will be the next person. So you want to get as many status points without spending the most money. Magic. It's just magic. High society. Welcome to Doomlings. Look, it's the end of the world and our little Doomlings, we're trying to save as many as we can before the whole world just implodes on us. Look, that's the theme, but this is going to be in a similar mold to games like Exploding Kittens, Unstable Unicorns, beautiful artwork, easy to pick up card play. It's brilliant. Okay, so what have we got? We've got traits. All of our Doomlings have these traits, and these are going to be the cards that we're going to be playing each round. Now, those things might have actions on them. They're going to have scoring points for us. There's a whole bunch of there going on with the traits. But what have we got over here? We've got the ages card. So every round, we're going to be flipping over an age card, and that's going to give us something that's going to happen for that round. Some sort of event or something that we need to consider for that round. Now, the trigger for the end of the game is when the third catastrophe gets turned over and all of a sudden the world has come to an end. We're going to do that bottom thing on the card there and then the world is over. And we're going to count up our points and we're going to have a Doomlings winner. Okay, so what have we got here? On your round, you're going to play down one card in front of you and that card is going to have points on it or could be negative points. But that card could also have something on there which is an action that you're going to have to do. That's it. All you got to do is play down one card, then it goes to the next person, go all the way around. Once we've gone back around to you again, we're going to turn over another age card. That age card is going to give us another event or something that we need to think about for that round. Excellent. We then play out another card. Now, how many cards do we have? Well, this is where the gene pool comes into play. Now, right now, we're going to start off with gene pool of number 5. And hopefully over the course of the game, we might be able to, gene pool might be able to go up, might be able to go down, but that's how many cards that we're going to need after each round. So that's called stabilization. So if we're at 5 and I've got 4 cards in my hand, I'm going to stabilize with 1 extra card back up to 5. So that's how many cards I'm going to have at the start of each round. That's pretty much all you need to know. Stabilize at each round, fill up to the right amount in your gene pool that you're going to need, play out your traits, wait until the third catastrophe comes out, the world's going to end, and you're going to be the winner. It's just easy fun. I think this is better than Exploding Kittens. I really like the artwork on this. It's such a cute thing. There's just something about this that the kids are going to love, and it's a lot more kid friendly than some of those other games. So Doomlings, love it. Look, go check it out. And look at the cover on here. It's all shiny. Oof, I love the shininess. Shiny. Out of all the games that I'm going to recommend in this video, this is the best filler game. Now, we play this in my board game group all the time. It is truly the best way to unwind after a games night. Now, No Thanks is a bidding game like High Society before it, but the difference is we want the lowest number of cards in this one. So High Society, you want the highest number of cards. In No Thanks, we want the lowest number of cards. So what's going to happen is the card's going to get dealt out onto the table and you've got these little tokens here and you're going to be going, no thanks, I don't want number 31. Because remember, we don't want a high card. It's going to keep going around. Nah, still no thanks. It's going to keep going around. No, I'm getting close. No thanks. Finally, it's going to come around. I've got no tokens. I've got 1 token left. I need these for my bidding. So I'm going to take that card, but you're also going to take the card plus the tokens that are on it. So these tokens are brilliant because you need them for bidding, but these are also negative points at the end of the game. So that's good. We want negative points. Cool. So you've got these cards. Now, how does scoring work? Well, if you get a run of cards, so say here I got a 29, a 30, and a 31, only the lowest number scores. So I'd have a 29, plus also whatever other cards I had as well. That's how the scoring works. It is super simple. Then just minus the amount of tokens you have left in your hand, and that is your score. The person with the lowest score wins. And truly, I can't recommend this game enough. It is so simple, it is so brilliant. It's the only game on here with extra little components, but I just had to add this in. Such a great bidding card game. Welcome to Valley of the Kings. Now, Valley of the Kings is a deck building game with a couple of unique twists. Now, deck building is where you're going to get a hand of cards, you're going to be shuffling them up, drawing out the top 5, and you're going to be playing them for 2 things. You know, play them for the action at the bottom, or you can play them for the gold at the top to be able to purchase better cards. And then those cards will come into your deck and eventually come out, give you stronger actions, and so on and so forth. That is deck building. So why is Valley of the Kings a little bit different? Well, firstly, those cards that you're going to purchase are going to be from the bottom of the pyramid. So there's going to be 3 cards at the bottom of the pyramid. And as you draw a card, as you purchase a card, those other cards at the top are going to crumble into that spot that's now vacant. So that's how we're going to purchase cards and add them in. So that's a bit unique. But at the end of the game, what are we trying to do? We're trying to score points. How do we score points? Well, mostly, pretty much set collection is the main way we're going to score a lot of points. But we don't score any points with the cards in our hand, only the cards that are in our tomb. Now, every single round, we have a choice to be able to put one of these cards from our hand into our tomb. Remember noting that these cards are the only way we're going to be able to score at the end if they're in our tomb. But here's the problem. If I'm taking them out early from my deck, I don't be able to get to use them for their actions or for their gold. So it's a balancing act. I want to put them in their tomb for scoring, but I also need them for other things. It's such a brilliant mechanism. I absolutely love Valley of the Kings. It's one of my favorite deck building games. Now, I really love word games. And the fact now I can get a word game in a small compact card game size, color me enamored. And that's what we have here with Spellwards. I first saw Spellwards demoed at PAX Oz Gaming Convention, and you know what? I loved its simplicity and its beautiful design. So what have we got here? We've got a whole bunch of cards with letters on them and numbers. What do? Well, it's easy. We're going to play out one of our cards, and we got S4. So we're going to need a 4-letter word starting with S. Now that seems pretty simple, but here's the catch. We've got to end that word with one of the letters in our hands right here. So what have I got? I've got a G. Cool. So maybe the word could be song. Now all of a sudden we're going to change our mindset from S words now to G words. Now this is card slinging. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to play this down as quick as possible. So this is going to be frenetic, crazy action. So everyone's thinking of a word. All of a sudden they're putting down a new letter, and all of a sudden your mindset has to constantly shift and change and adapt. And that's what I really loved about this game. Now, what do we got here? We've got G5. So let's have a think about, I've got, look, another G here. What about the word could be going? So there we go. Now we've got G4. Well, let's go D. The word could be good. Now we've got D5. Now, here's the problem. All of these letters I've got left, I can't think of a word. Well, what I can do is I can give up one of my cards to be able to pull 2 more new cards to my hand. So that's the way we're going to be able to get rid of it. And you're just going crazy as quick as you can, play out all of your cards, and then you have yourself a winner. Now, here's the thing. Now, it's not in the rule book, but I love this. When you're playing with younger kids and maybe the words need to be simpler, go through the deck and find the really easy ones like the 3-letter words, the 4-letter words. It's a great way to teach the kids how to do spelling in just a fun format. They're going to love it. Look, Spellwards launching on Kickstarter. Go check it out. Aussie designers absolutely love it. Spellwards. Abstract Academy truly is one of the most underrated games out there. Now, in Abstract Academy, it's an area control game based around the spatial element of canvas paintings. Now, these canvas paintings only come in 3 colors, yellow, blue, and maroon. And over the course of the game, we're going to be putting out cards to make a 4x4 grid, and that's going to be how we're going to score. Now, that 4x4 grid is going to have 8 cards on your side and 8 cards on your opponent's side. This is a 2-player game. You can play 4 players if you want, but really 2-player game. So here's the thing, we've got a whole bunch of group goals, so public goals that we're all aiming for, plus also we have some private goals, which are our inspirations. Now, these are our inspirations. We're going to draw one of them each round. Then we're going to have, depending on the round, we're going to have these assignment cards. Also, we're going to have these professor cards. So basically public goals that we're aiming for. Now, as we're playing out our 4x4 grid at the start of the game, it's not established. So what I could do is I could see some of those public goals there, and I could see maybe my opponent going for something. Maybe I put this card on their side to maybe stuff up their plan, because at the end of the day, we can put them anywhere we want in this imaginary 4x4 grid. So that's pretty much the game. It is pattern building. We're just using 3 colors, and we've just got a whole bunch of goals we're doing, but this is just so much fun. I think the fact that you can play on your opponent's side and you're setting that 4x4 grid with how you're playing the game, it's, I don't know, there's something just so underrated about how simple this area control is. I really love Abstract Academy. In fact, I love all these games. That's why they're on this video. Anyway, that's all I have, and that's all I wanted to chat about. Look, 8 card games that really, hopefully there's something in here for everyone. So that's all I have. I'm Hogs. This is the Bangers Project. Till next time, laters.